Hello and welcome back to Amanshadar Plays Factorio. Lazy Bastard series. Alright. Still getting closer, getting closer. As you can see, we are researching the rocket silo. Excuse me. Almost done with that. And it's going to take a long time to produce because they require like 1,000 concrete. Yeah. And 1,000 steel. 200 processing units, 200 electric engines, so it's going to take a while to build that thing. However, I'm over here. I did start the nuclear facility, just the uranium process. I have not started any of the water trains yet, although I could do that right now because all the trains have been placed and built and ready. Although it's still building all the turbines and the nuclear reactors themselves. So the facility is still being built. But I could send off the water if I wanted to now, and we'll probably do that a little bit later in this episode. Hey, we got the rocket silo. Alrighty. Let's go worker robot speed. I guess it really doesn't matter at this point. Everything else, let's get the brakes. I could do these, but I'm not going to use the atomic bomb, so that's pointless. And really, these are pointless because we're just going after that achievement. So once that achievement's done, we're going to be done here. So maybe that to help inserter processes. Uranium ammo's not going to do any good. Weapon shooting speed. None of the rest of this really matters anymore at this point. So sure, make the robots go faster. So, but I did start this up because I wanted to get this started processing, because this takes a ridiculous amount of time. I've had this running for probably 2.5 hours or so, and I've gotten just enough finally to start the Covarex enrichment process, to get my first 40 of these 235s, and I've got over 6,000 238s. I mean, it just takes so long to get that first 40 to have this start processing, and what this does is it actually turns 3 of the 238s into one 235, but it requires 40 235s and 5 238s to start the process. So, but now for each, and it takes a minute to process that whole thing. However, so the original blueprint doesn't have this setup. It only has this one over here. And this one is just going to be running at minus 30% crafting speed, but plus 20% productivity, which is nice, but it's slow. So I built this facility along with these boosters, and so now I get 170% crafting speed with that 20% productivity. So it'll be a lot faster. So this one would take, the normal process takes about a minute. I think it's 60 seconds crafting time. So now with 170% crafting speed, it takes a lot less. It takes not quite half, so it'll still be a little over 30 seconds. Half would be, well, actually it would be, because it's plus 100% would be 30 seconds. So it's going to take like 20 seconds now to process this. And I still haven't even gotten any to the end here, to this guy, to start creating the nuclear fuel. Not like it's going to run anything right now anyways, because the facility's not running. But in fact, just in case, since the facility's not built yet, I don't want to actually even put nuclear fuel on the line yet. So I got this set up so that it can start producing these faster. This one will start running as soon as this one fills up to 80. See, now it's already produced 3 and spits them out. Comes right back in. Everything comes just right back in until this ends up getting its like all the machines in Factorio will hold more than what it needs. It needs 10 uranium ore, so it's holding 20 at a time. Usually they'll hold at least twice as much, so they can make 2 processes. Sometimes they'll hold a little bit extra just in case type thing. And so this one will hold at least 80 uranium 235 because we need 40 to start it. So until we get up to that 80, this one's just going to keep producing, which is great because now that it's running, it's going to be a lot faster than all 6 of these machines, even with these 3 at 470%, 370%, 470%. So these are all boosted tremendously, and yet it still took almost 3 hours to get just the first 40 so that we could start the Covarex enrichment process. It is just mind-boggling how long this takes, but it is pretty powerful. That's why it takes so long. I understand why they set it up the way they did. But the nuclear facility, and yeah, and I've still got some time before the whole nuclear facility is built. I mean, we got a lot of turbines still needing to be built, and several of the reactors themselves. Let's see, it looks like we got half the reactors built. We still need 8 more. So what I've been doing periodically is I'll run over here, because we've only got one facility, or one assembly machine making concrete. So I'll just come take all the concrete that it's built, throw it in the nuclear reactor assembly machine, because it needs 500 concrete per nuclear reactor. And we needed about 8 of these things? Or how many were over there? Oh, 16 of them total. There's 8 already built. So that's a lot of concrete, especially with only one machine producing it. And then the rocket silo, which we can now build. Where is the rocket silo? Production. I don't see it. Am I missing it somewhere? You guys probably see it. Oh, there it is. It's in military. Rocket silo. Bam! And it's going to take 1,000 concrete. This thing is going to take forever to build. And there it goes. Whee! The steel, not going to be a problem. There's plenty of steel, but now it's going to be stealing the concrete as well. It's going to need, what was it, 200 electric engines, 200 processing units. It's going to take a while to get all that stuff. The electric engines, I think I had a stash of 50 built up, because only one stack. So that's going to take some time. Yeah, so it's got all 49 of them now. It's got all its steel that it needs. It's working on the pipes. Pipes obviously aren't going to be an issue either. There's only 100 of them, so that's going to be the easiest thing to get, that and the steel. So everything's in there. Let's put a stack inserter on that so it's not so slow. And do the same thing here. Nope, I didn't like that. That's okay. And pipes are in my auto trash, aren't they? No? Oh, I just have, that's okay, we'll just keep that pipe. It'll be fine. So it's got all its pipes now. Working on getting all the steel into the system. I mean, it's got it in here. It's got some of the concrete that it needs. However, I'm going to steal that back because I need it in here first. Whoops. Dang it. Hate when that happens. Oh, no. Hit the wrong button. So yeah, you can place concrete, as you can see. So if you hit the wrong button, you're just going to place it instead of putting it in the machine. Not what I meant to do. Whoopsie. Oh well, it's just one or a couple pieces of concrete. That shouldn't be that big a deal. Whoops, did I take the wrong things? Yeah, I don't want those. I don't need stone bricks. What uses stone bricks? Those use stone bricks. You can keep them. Oh, concrete uses it too. I could have just stuck it in there. Oh well, that's not what the slowdown on this. Slowdown on this is just the time. It takes 10 seconds to craft. I've got it on a tier 3, so it's a little bit faster, crafting speed of 1.25, but it's still going to be a slow process, especially when we got to create so many of these things, and they need 500 per. So that's the main thing I've been waiting on. Turbines, this has just been waiting on those on fact. Let's get a second one running. I've already set this up because it was running out of gears, and so I set this up to request 1,000 and put it in as a backup, so there's always extra. And then I've also got that one into a tier 3, so now it's actually backed up all the way up there, and it's getting its secondary gears from down here where we had a ton of extra. So we got all those producing gears. We got the machines down in tier 3, or part 3 of the base creating. So we had plenty of gears, we just needed to get it up here. So that's no longer the issue. So these, but it takes 50. You know what, let's get 3 of these running on it. Yeah. Because it needs so many. It also needs 50 copper plates. So that's going to be the slowdown now. So let's max that thing out. Let's just get them producing. Should have built up a larger stockpile. So there we go. we got all that stuff running. We got this just trying to produce to get all the turbines in. As soon as they're produced, they're shipped off. Looks like we got all the heat exchangers, so we could probably drop that to 1. We got all those. Those aren't being picked up anymore, so we can drop that down to 1. And yeah, I had to take my RoboPort out because I went to grab these beacons, and it would instantly start placing them around instead of, I was wanting to build these, and I never made it over here, so I had to take them out so that I could place them. It was pretty amusing. I'm like, no, that's not what I want. So hey, look at that. See, we're already up to 26 now, and I just started this 10 minutes ago at the beginning of this video. So it takes 2.5 hours to get the first 40, 10 minutes and about 20 minutes to get the next 40. So, and once you have this, I mean, it would take longer if you didn't have all these beacons and stuff, which is fine. But even and without the efficiency stuff, as you can see, it should be crafting. It might craft an extra something. I wonder if it would actually craft an extra 235, since that's kind of the whole point in this process, right? See what we had, 30, we're up to 18, 28, 30. So yeah, it did, because we were at 28 and now it's at 30. So it did create an extra 235. Sweet. So, and this is about the only way to get rid of this stuff. This is the only way to get rid of this 238, because even the nuclear fuel, when it's spent, it comes back as these used up uranium fuel, and then you can change them back into 238s. It'll take 5 of the uranium fuel cells and creates 3 uranium 238s, which then you can take those 3 through the co-reaction enrichment process and create 1 235. And to make a fuel cell, a non-used up one, it takes 19 238s and 1 235, and then the 10 plates for the barrel, basically. And then those get, basically that, all those 20 units plus the 10 iron plates get turned into just 3 uranium 238 after burning up, obviously, in the nuclear reactor. So very, very slowly do you use this 238, but you produce it like mad. Out of every 1,000 of these that are produced through these things, every 1,000 yield of 10 uranium ore, so 10,000 uranium ore, you're going to get 7 uranium 235 and 993 uranium 238s using 10,000 uranium ore. It's a very inefficient process. Good thing we have millions. 6.4 million uranium ore in that one facility, and that's probably going to be enough to run everything we need. I mean, if I have to, I can run up another mine up here. I could either branch off of that one and go through them, or I can come over here and also maybe even pick up some more oil if I need to. But really, the oil that I've got set up has been more than enough. Yeah, see, that's finally under 4,000, but and this one's under 11,000 now, but barely. It started out over 11,000, if I remember correctly. But yeah, we're not going to need these other oil fields. We will end up getting our achievement before then, as long as I've done everything right. I haven't built anything on my person since that initial section. What is this, episode like 18, and that was, I don't know, episode 4 or 5? Actually, I think less than that. I think I was building the base at that time. So it's been a long time, and I haven't produced anything. What are we up to? Hey, we're almost up to our second one. Sweet. So it's actually going to be, basically we'll have had 120 of these before it finally starts letting them pass through. It's crazy. But while we're here, we can probably go ahead and start up all our water trains. So I'm going to actually start up the one, nuclear water drop 2. Station with this name doesn't exist. What do you mean it doesn't exist? Shouldn't this be nuclear water drop 2? Oh, he left it named test. Interesting. Let's remove the test And now there's 5 trains. Huh. Hey, there's another random, just a minor hiccup. Nuclear water drop 1. And this is also named test. So we just take out the word test, apply change, voila. Okay, so go ahead and start that up. Start that up. Start that up. Start that up. Okay, so those trains are ready to go. We're going to start these trains up to automatic. And the reason why I'm wanting to start all these back ones up first is because once I send that one out, the rest will just kind of follow suit. And okay, so 3 is good. Whoa, 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 where are you going? Calm down. Oh, crash. Please tell me you didn't actually hook up. Okay, good. Let's start the front ones first then. Apparently, yeah, because I had to kind of shift things around to make them fit and not connect to each other. Okay. So those are good. This is still a backup one. So 3 and 4 are good. 1 and 2 are still named test. Interesting. Alrighty, so send that one. Oh, nope, I didn't. Nope, dang it. Start sending those ones. Whee. Run all the way down. We're going to chase the train. Ooh! Ooh. That was very dangerous. Don't do that, guys. What not to do? Let's not get hit by a train, shall we? Alrighty, and all these trains will now start filtering all the way up to here. We need to get a radar up there. Here, you know what? Let's just hitch a ride. You. Give me a ride. Is it your turn? Nope. Apparently I chose the wrong train. Can I go yet? Yay! And they all just, they flow, as long as you got your train signals set up correctly. Oh, there's already some coming back. Full of water. The trains aren't even able to get to the facility before they're on their way already back. So yeah, they're still trying to filter out, and look at all these ones that are already coming back. They fill up so fast up here. Yeah, they're not even staging. That's crazy. They just instantly go in. Well, let's get a radar up here. Look at that. Because there's 4 places for them. I'll hitch a ride with this guy back. They just pull up and get filled up before they even need to stage. Pretty nifty. Yeah, before. Well, that and there's a lot of congestion. A lot of other trains running around on these lines as well. They run into these intersections, so they got to wait for each other to pass. And look at that, there's already water in the system. Sweet. And cruising right along. All the way up into the system. And right. Wow, almost ready to unload. That's nuts. So everything's getting water. And that's not. Oh, I am. Okay, cool. Now we just gotta wait until at least all of these, because I don't want them running without. Well, these don't need water, do they? They don't actually have to cool off. They just heat up. But they do get neighbor bonuses, which is also nice. That's why you have 16 all in a row in the center here, because they get a percentage neighbor bonus. Output at first is going to be 40 megawatts each, but then of heat. But then they will get a neighbor bonus, which actually will increase that even higher. And then these will all spit out. They're 5.8 megawatts each turbine capable. So it gets pretty toasty and gets a lot of steam. So cool. We got our water system set up. We got our uranium processing. And we're up to 59. Sweet. We're getting there. Once that hits to about 80, anything over that will start finally flow through. Then this one will start running, and I'll actually probably take, once that actually starts sending them through, I'll take all of them out of here, send them into this one. Well, no, because this one's still going to be faster to do it. So I'll just leave them in here and let that one's build up on its own. And then eventually they'll start going into there. Hopefully, by the time they do start going into here, we'll have the rest of this facility built, and we can actually start letting the facility produce power. Well, there's quite the traffic jam of these water trains trying to get through there to fill up the initial tanks and everything. It's kind of crazy. I didn't think it would be that much of a traffic jam. So I'm wondering if I should create a second pathway, like from here straight down, and have another intersection right here so they can go either direction. And that will take off a lot of the stress on this line, so that the copper and iron mine lines, they'll still come down here because it'll still be shorter for them. At least for the iron and this copper. This copper mine might come from that direction since it's got to go clear down to here anyway. So yeah, I think I'll add a second line here to alleviate some of the traffic over here. And I'll do that off camera because it's not that big a deal. It's just some running. Oh hey, all my concrete is probably in here. Wow, yeah, 420. So tink, 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 tink. Yay! So we can get another one of these. We're getting there, very slowly, but so that'll do it for this episode. I wanted to show you guys all the water process, having them take off running. Everything's getting filled up, so now they're actually going to start backing up. Yeah, see, all of these are already full, those are already full. So yeah, I guess I won't actually need that other line. It was just the initial filling up. So now all the trains are already here, full, ready to go. I think we'll be okay on that line. I think we'll still be okay over there. We don't need another. Yeah, we'll be all right. All is well. So yeah, until next time, have fun, guys.